The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus on Read for Minutes, published on the 22nd of November 2019, updated on the 22nd of November 2019. Winner of the Golden Globe for Best Picture, honored winner of 2 Oscars for Best Actor and Best Actress, winner of the Golden Eagle. Who is it? It's a giant goosebumps-inducing, dramatic and utterly moving Martin McDonagh movie, Three Billboards on the Ebbing, Missouri border. What is the movie, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, about? The story centers on Mildred Hayes, a mother whose daughter Angela was raped and brutally murdered several months ago. The woman is tired of the inaction of the local police and decided to take the investigation into her own hands, so that justice is finally served. Under a wave of feelings of anger and desire to act, Mildred sells her car and spends the proceeds to rent 3 large-scale billboards that stand alone along the road where her daughter was murdered. Expressing her dissatisfaction with the work of the police by writing on the billboards, literally officially declaring their fight, and her desire to personally investigate the crime, the woman turns away almost everyone she knows and causes a storm of various discussions and rumors in the town. Of course, there are people who understand her and empathize with her loss, but still consider such behavior crazy and devoid of any sense. Throughout the movie, a lot of events take place: the quarrels between the police and Mildred, her setting fire to the police station, the conversation of a group of men in a bar about the behavior of one of them, too much resembling rape, and many other things that make the audience feel inexpressible emotions. The movie ends with a scene in a car halfway to the narrator of the unfortunate story in the bar, who in the end turned out to be not directly involved in Angela's murder, but clearly guilty of some other rape. Mildred Hayes and Dixon, a former officer, go to the man to restore justice. What is the point of the movie? The movie tells the story of a woman's struggle with injustice and indifference of the world around her. The picture is overflowing with feelings and emotions that arise and fade between the main characters. The problems of trust, family, forgiveness, relationships between children and their parents, truth and lies, and many other important aspects. All this gives the audience the right to call this movie a drama. The movie literally tells us that each person has his own problems and worries, because of which he tends to act in an uncertain way. All the inhabitants of this small town stand on the verge of 2 opposites, condemnation and farewell. The director diligently reveals to us the problems of the characters from different walks of life, shows their pain and suffering, and surrounds them with condemnation and persecution from the rest of the inhabitants to make the whole atmosphere of the movie much more depressing than it already is, just because of the grief of the main character. Also, as we've said before, the movie is about struggle. A woman, fed up with her own grief and the indifference of others, is forced by her own efforts to search for the criminal who abused her poor child. What has kept Mildred afloat all this time? Strength of spirit, the desire to restore justice, a sincere desire for revenge and lack of fear of possible losses, because the heroine has nothing more to lose. A touching, heartbreaking story that raises from the depths of the most disturbing questions and themes, exposes the terrible reality of the world and its true side, forcing the audience to sit with open mouths. But it also gives us hope for the best, for the restoration of justice, for the compassion of people, and for the remnants of the very humanity we all want in the people around us. What does the ending of the movie tell us? It would seem that if the movie contains a detective direction and is built on the question, who committed such a terrible and disgusting act? We just have to reveal the identity of the criminal to logically end the picture. But in this movie you won't get that. Up to the end of the movie we are not revealed the identity of the rapist, because it is not really on his name that the plot is based. No matter how absurd it may sound, but the purpose of the movie was not to find the criminal. Here it was important to show how a person copes with grief and the feelings it causes. Relationships of living people, not dead ones, This is the main plot of the movie. And the journey of Mildred and Dixon gives us a clear message to restore justice, albeit not the justice we expected throughout the storyline. We sincerely hope you had fun reading our explanation. And if you have not yet somehow watched this touching movie, run to watch it. Admin.